Yep.
Autos high.
Welcome home, all. It is that time. It is cheap date night, but because of the season that we're in the holiday season, and it is also Merry Christmas, and we're like leaning into the new year, which happens to be the end of this year, 2019, and not coincidentally, but after 10, you get the end of the decade. So we're looking at a big wrap-up. So tonight's cheap date night is specifically the top songs of 2019. So full disclaimer and caveat up front, to make sure we're absolutely clear. I by no means think that my list of top songs of 2019 are the best or the this or that. Not at all. What they are is what I'm listening to, or what I listened to a lot during this last year. So there may be some omissions that you might not be totally cool with. There might be some that's a little more than, cool with. But when it's all over and done with, what I do say is, because of the makeup of our audience and the people that we have listening and viewing from all over the country, I do, and it is who I am. I try to make it inclusive, if not comprehensive, of a lot of different types of music and a lot of different styles, genres, etc., and artists that maybe you don't hear normally because you only listen to your particular brand or type of music. And let's face it, you can easily get pigeonholed. I mean, pop can be one big thing where all you hear, or see streaming or on social media or even mainstream media is kind of the same over and over again. And you get bombarded with it. I get that part. So there is that, obviously. There are some songs that are that good. They should be played all the time, and they're good enough to be played, nonstop year-round. But my list it's kind of a big look at music as a whole for 2019, and songs that just jumped out at me and kept my attention in my ear and made me want to listen and keep playing them. So, again, full disclaimer and caveat up front. In addition to that, this song does not include, and I'll explain in a second, this song does not include country music for 2019, okay? Does not include country music for 2019, because next week I will be doing a separate list that is just country music for 2019. I've had to dig in a little bit more myself. I have said that I'm kind of a sucker for old school country, even going back like 50s and 60s, right from rockabilly and bluegrass up into the 60s and 70s. And a lot of that good music right up to and into the 80s and 90s. And there was a lot of great music in the 90s in country, and then it started to change and alter. And and I don't want to do too much here, but country music wasn't as good for me out of the 90s into the zeros and even up to now. However, because I firmly believe that you don't want to ever totally close your door on something or a possibility, I've begun to listen to more country music lately, current, meaning current music, not just play my Clint Black and my Alan Jackson or, Randy Travis and George Strait. Not just those guys, or Shania Twain back then, because I was in love with her. So not just that music, but I'm definitely doing more and making more of a concerted effort to listen to current country and other current forms, right? Getting older, but you gotta leave that ear open, because you never know when something great really will come out. There's good music in all stages of our history as a country. There really is. We have to make an effort to listen for it, listen to it, and then bring it forward. And that's quite literally the way I see what I'm doing tonight, is I'm going to open your eyes to maybe some music that you haven't heard, some that you probably have heard, but a good list of really good music. And so in addition, watch this. This is what I'm going to do. So after tonight, what I'm going to do is get a little social media savvy. I'm going to take my list and I'm going to make it a playlist on my SuperMex International YouTube page. You can do that. I'll take the YouTube songs basically off this list, and I will make a separate playlist on my SuperMex International playlist, or my page, my YouTube channel, and that way tonight's music will all be available on YouTube, so that you guys can run back the list and check it out for yourself. But I think it's going to be a really good look. I think you'll like it. One last thing before we get started. I do everything I can to not have like multiple songs from the same artist over and over and over again. For diversity's sake, to get a different look at a lot of different types of artists. There are a lot of new young artists coming up, and there are a lot of older artists that have been there a while. So you're not going to find a whole lot of duplicates in terms of the artist on here. If you do, there might be there's one or two that is a duo and then a solo song. So you will see maybe one or two times where an artist is individual, solo, and maybe a duet with another talented artist. That's about as close as I get. So for the most part, they're entirely different artists throughout my list. I don't want to just listen. I'll just say it. If I wanted to do Camila Cabello all night long, I'd do it. She's got like 5 or 6 songs I can listen to all night. Can't do that. Can't do that. So it's a lot of different artists from different genres. The only subset being country will not be included on this list because I will have a separate and distinct country music end of year wrap up 2019 this coming week with some friends of mine that are country. And I think you guys will enjoy that one too. So a couple things before we get started on the list. Let's be 100% clear. I put this out. So tonight, we've already done this. So for the Christmas special, number love for those of you guys that spent the Christmas with me, we gave out, I think, 2 or 3 movies. The winners were Louis Torres, Sylvia Mendoza, and Michael Wismer. I think I'm sending Michael, I think he asked for... It was in the Christmas Story. I don't know. It was one of them. Wonderful Life. It was a Wonderful Life, I think. Okay, so I'm sending them. So we're doing freebies tonight, just so we're clear. We're doing freebies tonight. And I included on the way over here, I sent in a message to be approved in my own backyard, my own hometown, my own area, Keeping Central Unified, a friends page that's about 2,400, 2,500 members strong. Laura Bolton started that page a while ago to try to pull our community members together around our school system in our local community, and somebody needed to do that, and kudos to her for doing it because she got it, and now it's a place where a lot of our people go to talk about the community, talk about school issues, talk about a variety of things. So anyway, so I put in tonight, if you're watching or if it's getting approved or if it has gotten approved tonight and it's in that list, I'm going to include tonight, but you have to watch, and you'll see the rules of the competition, the contest, right? Somebody's going to win a free dinner tonight at El Bajío on Shields. That guy's a business partner of mine. A free dinner at El Bajío, Mexican restaurant. We're going to give out free CDs tonight for winners. And I may even throw in an extra because we're doing crazy freebie night tonight to benefit my community and others out there because my community is bigger than just Central. It's all over the place now. But it's the spirit of giving. Is it not? Give. I'm much more in tune and enticed with, I've never gotten a lot, personally. Nobody gives me a lot of things. That doesn't happen for me. Not complaining by any means. It just means Big Lord said that I needed to work a little harder and not expect anything, and I still do. However, read the Bible, read the book, know Job, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You can run through trials and tribulations, you can have a rough life, but it's still important to not lose faith, not lose sight, and continue to benefit fellow man and woman. So tonight, we're giving a lot of stuff away. CDs, a free meal at El Bajío's Mexican restaurant. I think I'm going to throw in an extra. Watch this. Weekend Dreams on Ashland, another business partner of mine. Good people, love their food. I go there specifically for a certain plate they make for me. They call it the SuperMex's special. So I'm going to do 2 meals to people in our community that are watching tonight. So here are the rules, ladies and gentlemen. Real simple. You've got to get all 20 songs that I lay out for you with the artist, song and artist, because I'm going to name them for you, song and artist. When this is done, if you've watched it all, send me a message and post into SuperMex International or send me a personal message on Richard Martinez, SuperMex, and send me the list. The first group of people or the first few people, first come, first win. First people that do that send me the complete list of songs and artists, will get a freebie. Either a CD of their choice off of this list. That's cool too, right? There might be an artist in here. Take that back. There's an artist in here for everyone. There really is. You got to find a hard way not find somebody in here that you're going to like. Okay? So a CD of choice off this list and, or maybe both, a meal. It's good to eat. A free meal in my community with some of the restaurants that I partner with in our local community, and that's going to be another freebie to you. Give you an excuse to go patronize businesses in my community because when you spend your dollars local and they stay there, you build the community. And I'm all about building that community. And I put my money where my mouth is and I put my time where my mouth is. So those are the freebies. Those are the freebies. I don't even know how many I'm going to do. Probably 2, 3, 4 at least. But those are the rules. You got to have the song and the artist. So when we're done tonight, you've got to plug those in, send them to me in a message or post them with your name on it, and you're going to win a prize. Either a free CD or maybe a CD and a meal. whatever gets crazy on me. Okay, so those are the rules for tonight. A lot of good music. We're going to have a lot of fun. There's no way you don't like some. Maybe you have not heard some before. But again, that's the informative and the educational part. You got to get outside your box and listen to something else out there. There's a lot of good music, ladies and gentlemen, and there are people doing great work. And I think maybe when we get to the halfway point, we're going to do this again. When we get to the halfway point, we're going to break to show you some young people doing music that I've been patronizing and talking about. Aubrey Road, the young man Austin Reed, and Brianna, his crime partner. They are from Fresno, California, and they are a music duo called Aubrey Road. And young people doing good work. How can you not want to support that? I do, and I continue to do so. So we'll break and have that video for you once we get to the first part of our music list, and then we break into our top 10. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get this thing rolling. All right, I'm going to have to jump out of my Facebook group. And what I'm going to do is I've got to go to, all right, where are you? Music. First things first. Okay, number 20. Here we go. Number 20. Rock is not dead. It's just taking different forms. This is one of those forms. But a traditional rock band, rock piece, drums, guitar, bass, it's still there. And we need to patronize those young kids doing that because we don't want to lose that form of rock. So here you go. Panic at the Disco. Hey, look, Ma, I made it.
Tonight is my appraisal, 'cause I'm a hooker selling songs and my pimp's a record label. This world is full of...
Okay, so you guys, if you're new here, we've got some new people tonight. I have to cut at a certain point, or the record labels will take that song and mute it on Facebook and YouTube. So I've got to be careful. And I'm really bad about it. I always get muted and then have to release it later because I'm not doing anything evil with the song other than promoting it and talking about it, which is a good thing for them. But they have built-in mechanisms. So I can't go past a certain amount of time. I've got to cut it off so you'll get like the beginning and just the main hook, hopefully the main hook. So that's number 20, Hey Look Ma, I Made It by Panic at the Disco. All right, number 19. Now, this one's kind of funny. Okay, so I know this guy. I've seen this young dude. He's doing his thing. His name is DaBaby. Capital D, A, capital B, A-B. DaBaby. And he's got more than a few songs that young guys, young kids, young people listen to. But this one jumped off the screen at me on a video. I ain't going to say much more than that. At your own risk. You guys go check out the video. Bop by DaBaby.
You know everybody been waiting on that baby, man. I mean, it like ever since baby on baby drop, man. Ever since baby on baby drop. Ain't nobody drop shit. Let's go. Ha. I needed some shit with some...
All right, cut that off real quick. So that one is Bop by DaBaby. And this kid is really tearing it up right now. He's doing his thing, and he's kind of everywhere. I think he's going to have a big 2020. And if you want to get a kick out, if you're one of my young guys, and there are a lot of you out there, ex-wrestlers, ex-fighters, ex-students, go check out the video. Yeah, go check out the video. So that's number 19, Bop by DaBaby. Number 18, I mean, this one's easy because she's all over the place. She's been all over the place. She's going to continue to be all over the place. And generally speaking, I mean, she's probably, top 2 or 3 in the world, at least in terms of female artists, if not. See it over, I got it this way. See it on this side, this corner over here. So, all right, there you go. All right, so Taylor Swift, and she's got a hell of a catalog and a lot. Obviously, this got to be a 2019 song. She had released another album. And there's a lot of others. My daughter's in love with this girl. She thinks she's the greatest, and she's pretty damn good. I won't say she's the greatest. I don't say any of that about anybody. But this one jumped out at me. So it's not just the songs that were their number one or their best released off, say, an album. It's the song that jumped out at me the most in terms of the hook, the sound, the lyric, etc. This one, I mean, it's kind of a cool song, great lyric, and she's well known for writing her own material, which I have a massive respect for because that's art to me, not just some canned prepackaged stuff that you got from the studio or whatever the label. She writes her own stuff and puts it out. Okay, so this one is, you need to calm down, political world of 2019. There you go. I couldn't help it. I know it's not politics tonight, but you need to calm down, political world of 2019. Taylor Swift.
You are somebody that I don't know, but you're taking shots at me like it's Patron, and I'm just like, damn. It's 7 a.m. Say it in the street, that's a knockout. But you say it in a tweet, that's a cop-out.
It's a really good lyric. I mean, just listen to the lyric. It's pretty funny. And it's just like apropos for right now, if not just political world, but ladies and gentlemen, just America in general. You need to get a grip. You need to calm the hell down. Get focused, get serious, and get rid of the garbage. All right. We are at number 17, and full disclosure here, this one was brought to me by someone younger, my daughter. This is one of her favorite groups, and this song she got to me sometime earlier in the year, and you know, it's like I'm listening, she's bringing me some stuff, and I'm like, okay. You know, I'll just tell you, I'll tell her flat out if I don't like it, or if I hear it and it's not good to me, I just don't. But this one, you know, a hit's a hit. I'll say that. I mean, and that's kind of generic, right? But the truth is, you kind of know when a hit's a hit. Even if you don't like that type of music or genre, it sticks out. That should tell you something. You may not even like the type of music, but you don't forget that song. Yeah. So this one just jumped out at me, and yeah, they're a good little group. They're a rock group. I'm going to say it again. Rock's not dead. Rock alters form. Rock morphs into other things. Rock changes. But fundamentally at the source, it's about those angsty and socially driven messages that you need to get out that come from young people that are trying to tell adults like, hey, this is what's going on right here. You guys are making decisions that we've got to deal with, and this is what we feel about them. And that's kind of what I think the good thing, the best aspects of rock and roll are, what they're driven from. And then it takes the form of, right, you know, a guitar, a drummer, a rhythm guitarist, a bass, etc., and a good lead vocalist. So the band is 5 Seconds of Summer. The song is Youngblood. It is one of my favorites of the year by far.
Remember the words you told me, love me till the day I die. Surrender my everything, cause you made me believe you're mine. Yeah, you used to call me baby, now you're calling me by name. Takes one to know one, yeah, you beat me at my own damn game. You pushing, I'm pulling no air from you. I giving you take. Young love, see you want me.
Okay, so I'm probably going to get busted. That went way too long because I wanted to get to the hook. There we go, right? Good intro, good lead up, and then boom. That is a rock song with a good beat, good backbeat, good rhythm section. Great song, great song. And I really didn't know these guys up until about a year ago, thanks to my daughter, because I do listen to her, listen to my son, I listen to younger people and what they're listening to. Get good music. So 5 Seconds of Summer. The song is Youngblood. Definitely one of my favorites. Good music to just jam to. All right, really good stuff. Okay, Number 16. We are at number 16. There she is. Okay, so the artist is Dua Lipa. She's English, mixed, not, like straight Anglo. But, her big year was like a year and a half ago. And this is another album that she's come out with. And I'm going to tell you what, it's kind of like what happens with that sophomore album and that album after that. Where do they go? You have a big release, big premiere, first album. What do you do with it after that, right? Where does the talent go? She's got something. she's a cute girl. That's easy. But her stuff, her music, it's catchy. And it's world catchy. It's world catchy, not just U.S., but she's going to have a career, I think, a long time, or as long as she wants to, as long as she continues to stay disciplined and focused on her art and her craft. And I think she's going to grow, and she's going to be, she's already kind of worldwide, but I think she's going to maintain that pace and place for a long time. So this one's off of her newest album at the end of this year, or at the end of the tail end of 2019. I think she's going to have a big 2020 again, and then really, the world's her oyster as to what she wants to do. The song is Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa.
If you don't wanna see me, did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I was. Did the heartbreak change me, baby? But look at where I ended up.
Okay, so I can listen to that all day, dance all night. That's definitely what you're looking at, right? Okay, so I said world. Yeah, world music. It's pop, but it's infectious in the beat. That beat. I can see, hear, do, dance that in any club in Europe right now. If I were in Europe. I need to get to Europe. I need to get back to Europe. Been a long time. But like I said, I think she's got no limit to what she's going to be capable of. Just no limit. And this album is, going to do well. It's at the end of this year, going into next year, but it's going to do well. I think that's the first one off it. Song is Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa. And I got a little bit of a crush on her. I think she's talented and just like I said, unlimited in where she's going with her craft. Okay, that was number 16. Let's go to number 15. This was earlier in the year. And catchy. Great catchy. Should we pull it up? There we go. Okay, the artist is Ava Max, young girl, talented. Just like I said, she's just kind of coming up, and she's newer. And if this is any indication, this particular song, you guys will know it once you hear it, because it's been kind of ubiquitous throughout the year. Once you hear it, you'll know it. The song is Sweet But Psycho. It's a cool little tune. You got like it's kind of crazy. It's freaking me out. But the song is Sweet But Psycho by Ava Max.
Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, I'm my mind. Oh, she's hot but a psycho, so left but she's right. Oh, at night she's screaming, I'm my mind. She'll make you curse, but she a blessing. She'll rip your shirt within a second. You'll be coming back for second.
Okay, Ava Max, Sweet But Psycho. She is my number 15 of 2019. Moving along. We're clipping pretty good here. Number 14. When I heard this song the very first time, it had me. I was like, whoa, what is that? And I had to go, immediately. And I should have known. I should have caught the lyric. But I didn't at first because it was a duet. And I'm like, okay, I got to go check this one out. But it definitely caught my ear, because there was nothing else like it on radio at the time. And for the most part, there's not quite a song like this one throughout the year. You got a lot of songs, but this one's different. No question. And here's why. I've had people that are current like this song. I've had people from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago like this song. A hit is a hit, whether it's 20 years ago or 20 years in the future. I think this is one of them. I absolutely do. Okay, so the artist is Sam Smith with Normani, and she's doing her thing now. She used to be in Fifth Harmony. Now she's solo, and she's starting to break out and do her thing, and she's going to get more attention. And she can sing. I mean, it's bottom line. She can sing, and she's collabed with a lot of the most current and best artists right now. And this is one of those examples. And this is a great, matter of fact, this is one of the best collaborations of the year, at least for me. There's some others on here, by the way, but this is one of my favorites of the year. I heard this song and I wanted to dance. Now, some of you guys are going to chuckle because if you're SuperMex Nation fans, you're like, you always say that. I do. I'm a sucker. I like to dance. But no question, I mean, you hear this song, you're like, it kind of makes you want to move. And it makes, here's the other thing, it makes you want to move with a partner. There's a novel concept, America. Dance with partners and, you know, not just solo doing your own thing, but dance with the partner and be in sync, be in unison, be in rhythm with another person at the same time you're listening to music. I digress. I'm asking for another time in another place in America, but, you know, you get a little nostalgic, right? So the song is Dancing with the Stranger by Sam Smith and Normani. Love that.
I don't wanna be alone tonight. It's pretty clear that I'm not over you. I'm still thinking about the things you do. So I don't wanna be alone tonight, alone tonight, alone tonight. Can you?
All right, I'll cut there because then we get to Normani. But trust me, go listen to that song. It's a great tune. And I'm going to say it, Sam Smith has such a silky, smooth, clean voice. I mean, that voice, that's 50 years ago voice. That guy can be an old school crooner if he wanted to. That guy can literally sing anything. He could sing rock, pop, R&B, soul. You name it, he could do it. That guy, I mean, he's got one of the best voices, best male voices out there in the industry right now, and that's a hell of a collaboration. Just a great collaboration with a great tune. Lyrics, great. Music, rhythm, the melody of it, outstanding. One of my favorites easily, and you can see why I want to dance. I want a two-step. I could two-step to this one, all right? If not, do some old school classic dancing, some rumba or some other stuff, some Latin dances. You can Latin dance to that with a partner, trust me. Trust me. Okay, great song, Dancing with a Stranger by Sam Smith and Normani. All right, next one up, and some of you guys, I played the heck out of this one. So some of you guys should know that if you've been with me a long time, if you've been with me over the course of this year, you know I played the heck out of this song. When I first heard it, I'm like, yeah, that's nice. That is really, really nice. This kid, he was in, you know, former boy bander, but he is carving his own way, and he's got more than a few songs off of this album that he put out, and they're good. They're just really good. He's got a clean voice, and he's a musician. He is definitely a musician. The musician is Niall Horan, formerly of, you know, the Wonders, right? Wonders. But the album is This Town by Niall Horan. Check it out. The song is This Town by Niall Horan.
Waking up to kiss you and nobody's there. The smell of your perfume still stuck in the air. It's hard. Yesterday I saw your shadow running around. It's funny how things never change in this old town. So far from the start.
Okay, so those of you guys that are fans long term, you know I'm a sucker for a good guitar, and a good acoustic guitar in particular, and good clean music with not a whole lot else other than a good clean voice. There it is. I mean, that's really nice. Really smooth, really clean. Great lyric too, by the way. If you read the lyrics and you're like, oh wow, good story, good told, right? So he's doing his thing. I think he's not going away anytime soon. Again, another one. If he chooses to, he can be really, really good. That's a really nice voice. for a lot of different types of genres, but definitely in that smooth, silky pop vein. That guy's it. So Niall Horan, the song is This Town. The album is This Town. Highly recommended. As a matter of fact, if anybody out there wants it after we do this list and I have a winner, maybe it'll be Niall Horan. I might just send you the album. Might just send you the CD. All right, we're moving along pretty nice here. Okay, so this one, I got to tell you, this one is a shout out and a little bit of respect to, he's going to see that picture and he's going to go ballistic. This one goes out to, I mean, he's on the list, on the short list for SuperMex's like #1 super fan. It's a tight race between him and another, the lady, you know who you are. Super fan. I mean, all-time SuperMex super fan. The young dude is named Guillermo, and I think he's in love. I think he's got an infatuation / stalker mode with Ariana Grande. She's a cute girl. I mean, come on. I mean, she's pretty, right? But Guillermo's got it bad for her. You got it bad. I'm going to play that song for you. So, Guillermo, nothing but love for you, young blood, because you are about as faithful a listener and a follower and a viewer as any that I've ever had. And I'm shouting out to you right now with nothing but respect for you, young blood, because I appreciate it. I absolutely appreciate it. So much so that I'm playing your girl tonight specifically, and I'll do it even if she doesn't know. This song, Ariana Grande, is going out specifically to Guillermo in Texas. The song is 7 Rings.
Yeah. Breakfast at Tiffany's and bottles of bubbles. Girls with tattoos who like getting in trouble. Lashes and diamonds, ATM machines. Buy myself all of my favorite things. Been through some bad.
You guys know the hook. You know that song, that other song, right? It's that. Okay, so 7 Rings by Ariana Grande. She doesn't know it, but she's sending that out with kisses to Guillermo in Texas. There you go, young blood. Don't say I never do anything for you. Absolutely. 7 Rings, Ariana Grande, that's number 12. That is number 12. Number 11. Some of you guys don't know, and I'm going to inform you right now. Some of you guys don't know there it is right there. Some of you guys don't know that I'm Hispanic. Some of you guys don't know that I'm also Latino. Some of you guys don't know that I'm Mexican. Some of you guys don't know I'm all American. I'm playing with you now. Okay, but I listen to a lot of different types of music. This is Daddy Yankee, and probably my favorite pop princess all time. Yeah, you heard what I said, and you know it if you know me. She hasn't done as much lately, but she's still my girl. So Daddy Yankee, Katy Perry featuring Snow. Now what I like about this, okay, if you know Daddy Yankee, it's reggaeton. All right, that's a different whatever music. I love reggaeton. Pitbull jumped out of that. You got Daddy Yankee. You got a whole bunch that came out of our American Southeast back down into the islands of the Caribbean, and that's where this music comes from, including with this one, a touch of reggae, not reggaeton, but reggae. And if you're any type of listener, reggae's been around a long time. You know, go to Marley and a whole bunch of others, right? But that's what this is tinged with. And it's just good music. It's good music. Big, I mean, and Daddy Yankee, by the way, is like the dawn of, well, actually there's Don Omar too. There's a whole bunch of them. But Daddy Yankee's one of the big ones in reggaeton, that subset of music. They kind of meshed a little bit with Atlanta coming out of the I want to say the late 90s and into the zeros. And, you know, Hot Atlanta, that this was all that, you know, coming up with Little John and a whole bunch of others, and they were meshing. It was a great music meshing of culture and art. Big fan of it. Still listen to reggaeton. Pitbull is, again, ubiquitous as all hell. He's all over the world. Mr. Yeah, what is it, 5'5"? No, he's not. We're the 5'9". Mr. 305. That's Pitbull. He's Mr. 305. I have to be Mr. 5'9". So this is Daddy Yankee My girl Katy Perry featuring Snow. The song is Con Calma, Con Calma.
Katy Perry. One thing I miss, baby, a little miss girl got me feeling spicy. I know that we don't speak the same language, but I'm gonna let my body talk for me. Hola, me llamo Katy. Little miss girl got me feeling nice. I know that we don't speak the same language, so I'm gonna let my body talk for me.
Okay, and that's the song. I mean, listen, it's a club hit. It's a good dance tune. It's a good mix and a mesh of different genres and different artists. It's good stuff. So that's Con Calma, Concalma. Con Calma. Daddy Yankee, Katy Perry, featuring Snow. One of my favorites of the year, quietly. You guys didn't know that, but I'm going to throw one in because I'm a little Hispanic too. Oh, yeah. Super Hispanic, right? Okay, so that was number 11. So this is what we're going to do. Watch this. So we're going to break. We're going to play, because we foster art and music here, we're going to play Aubrey Road for a song, and we're going to come back and wrap up our top 10 of the year. We're clipping at a good rate here. And so stay with us, because to win a CD, to win a meal, to win a lunch, a dinner, got to stay with me and finish up. All right, so we're going to break. We'll be right back after this video by Aubrey Road.
I saw you sitting there across the room, your black leather jacket and your cowboy boots, a shot of whiskey and a cigarette, the kind of night you know you wake up and regret. Eyes meet and you make your way over, one kiss closer to another hangover, another shot of you and suddenly the room stands. Do you wanna come over? We can finish what we started, we're running in the morning. You can be my Johnny Walker, feeling kinda heady, a little unsteady, cause I'm one kiss closer to another hangover.
It was here we go again, soon as you walked in the damn girl jeans and hey boy grin. You were working hard, working it to work on me. I threw some cash down and bought a few drinks.
Eyes locked in and you make your way over, one kiss closer to another hangover, another shot of you and suddenly the room spins. Do you wanna come over? We can finish what we started, we're running in the morning. You can be my Johnny Walker, feeling kinda heady, a little unsteady, cause I'm one kiss closer to another hangover. To another hangover, another shot of you
All right, we're back. Oh, gotta love that one. If you're new to me or new to the show, that's Aubrey Road. We personally know the young gentleman in it, Austin Reed, know their family, great people, great community members in Central Unified on the west side of Fresno. And with the young lady, Brianna, they are Aubrey Road, and they are, a duet recording group in Nashville, currently try to do their thing. And we got to support them, we got to help them. That's a catchy damn tune. I mean, let's say it. That is a good tune, period. All we need now is distribution, right? Get it out, get more people to listen to it, get more people like us, regular folk, to listen to good music. That's what we got to do. So I'm going to continue to play them because I want to see them do well. It's that simple. Okay, so you got that. We are now into our top 10. We are in the top 10. And this was not easy. It was not easy like distinguishing like a 10 or a 9 or a 15 or a 4. It wasn't easy. I just kind of put it together and I'm like, all right, that one's not, doesn't mean it's better. It just means it's different and I got to fill out my list. Can you imagine me doing 10? That would have been really, really hard. That would have been really hard. Okay, so number 10. Number 10. This one specifically, I mean, okay, so I say the artist, I'm a fan. I mean, last year, watch this. I'm going to put myself on the chopping block here. Last year, it was Halsey. 2019, it's Camila Cabello. Love this little chick. I mean, she's doing business. She's a little critter, but man, her music is just, it's going in a direction that I've been waiting to see from a certain type of music. So this song I'm going to play for you, she's got a whole bunch of them. And one of my guests recently told me a couple months ago that she's tired of seeing her all over the place. Meaning this little girl, she's everywhere, right? She is literally everywhere. Not just in music, but Saturday Night Live. You name it, she's everywhere. Bottom line is, she is talented, she can sing, and she can definitely entertain. This song in particular, because there's a whole bunch that I like of her songs, but this one screams to me, to SuperMex. When you get to the end of this song, and some of you guys that may not listen to her normally, but you appreciate rock, you love good rock and roll music, listen to this song, get to the back end, and when you hear the guitar wailing with her beat, the beat that she's got engrossed within the guitar solo, it's phenomenal. I think it's a direction that Latin or Latin tinged, Hispanic, Mexican, etc. music, I think that's where this goes because the beat is underscoring this good rock and roll. It is a sweet singing guitar solo meshed with a hell of a backbeat that you can dance to. So I got a big crush on this song in particular, got a big crush on this little girl in particular, but the song is Cry For Me by Camila Cabello.
Walking down the street, don't you, babe? Did you forget? You said that in this lifetime you can never get over me. Are you over me? When I said I hope you're happy, didn't mean it. Never thought you'd be so good at moving on. When I'm lying wide awake, you're probably sleeping. And maybe what I'm thinking is wrong. I want you to cry for me, cry for me. Say you never cry for me.
All right, got to cut. All right, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to get busted for it, but I'm going to say it. The one thing I told my son who sings and does his thing, she knows how to absolutely murder a hook. Okay, so for those of you guys, when you get a chance, listen to the entire song, get to the back end, listen to the meshing of a singing guitar solo meshed with a seriously good and unmistakable Latin beat. I mean, that's coming. That's why I like where she's going. I mean, she's upgraded the stuff she did at the beginning. There was clearly pop, bubblegum stuff just to get out there and be seen, heard, and known. But this is music, and that's taking music in a different direction. I'm a big fan of where she's going with it. Again, the song is Cry For Me by Camila Cabello. I'm a fan. All right, that's just and again, she knows how to murder a hook. You give her a hook, she makes that song. Okay, that was number 10. And I'm going to get busted for that one, no question. I'm going to get cut off. I apologize, but you guys listening tonight, doesn't matter because you heard it already, right? We got away with the murder. All right, number 9. Mm-hmm.
Just let me know this. It's partially muted.
Already? Yeah, I know. I got to get better. But I don't know how to figure out how to do that, though. Okay, so number 9. This is rock, and I think maybe we made some mistakes with this guy and these guys in particular because, listen, Adam Levine is singing in falsetto, and that's his shtick, right? That's what he does. Probably better than anyone right now in terms of the music industry. He has the falsetto in terms of building a band around a falsetto voice. You don't get that a lot. You get falsettos, as a capper on some, heavy song, right? If you're a rock band. But he is, and they are, a traditional rock band. It just so happens that the lead singer is almost uniformly in falsetto voice for almost everything he does. But Adam Levine will get out there, play guitar, he'll play drums, rhythm guitar, you name it, the guy can play it. He is a talented and serious musician. He knows music construction. He knows how to put together a good lyric. And I'm going to say it, they've been around a while. In terms of rock bands, of all the rock bands that are here, that have come up over the last 10 to 20, he's lasting. They're lasting pretty well. They've carved a nice little road in their career to last a long, long time. And so I've got to appreciate that. And they've got a lot of good tunes, man. I mean, let's go back to Songs About Jane, that original album. Like, come on. That was just great stuff. You can play it now, it'd still be a hit. So I've got one here. And even though they're not as big in terms of the industry and the market, meaning owning it, they're still a high-quality, good rock band cranking out hits every single year. This was one of my favorites from the year, and it's easy. By the way, the music video for this, I highly recommend. The music video is cool. It's about ladies, it's about girls, it's about women, and it's a good respect being paid from Adam Levine and his band to women in general. What's wrong with that? You got a problem with it? Yeah, I didn't think so. It's a good thing, right? Okay, so Girls Like You by Adam Levine and Maroon 5.
It's been 24 hours, I need more hours with you. We spent the weekend getting even more. We spent the late nights making things right between us. And now it's all good, babe. Well, I'm backward, babe. Play me close.
All right, I'm going to stop. It probably shouldn't matter, okay, because I've already got busted. I've already been cut. I already know for a fact that I've been muted on some of these songs. I already know it. But Girls Like You, Adam Levine, and Maroon 5, still a good, fundamental rock band, doing it right, cranking out good hits. And I'm going to say it again, that video is really, really cool. I recommend go watch that video. Girls Like You by Adam Levine and Maroon 5. That's number 9. Moving on. Number 8. Get that. Okay, so I'm kind of sticky right now when it comes to rap. You like that, huh? I'm kind of sticky when it comes to rap. It's Christmas. You're rapping. Wait a minute, you don't rap. I don't. Because, I grew up or was growing into the beginning, the genesis of what would become rap, hip-hop, out of, the 80s, really the 80s. And, going back to the Sugar Hill Gang and Double Dutch Bus. I remember that song. And that's what it came from. But the message, I've always said that was the most powerful aspect of what rap was. Rap. Not just hip-hop, but rap. Is the message conveyed by young black kids in urban areas dealing with an ugly life and conveying that message in the only way they knew how, something that was totally unique and different, and it allowed them to grow fast because they couldn't have done it another way. Loved it. Okay, so it's different for me now, and I'm getting kind of hard-headed and old. And if you're a young buck now, you don't want to hear that or you don't know that. But I'm telling you, and that's why we're here, for education, right? The rappers today, to me, are not the same as they were coming out of the 80s into the 90s. Definitely not. But does that mean that they can't be good? Not going to say that. Not going to say that. It just means it's different. And I do think some of them are not as good, and I do think some of the message is contrived, and the message isn't as serious at the base, but there are a few that are that the way it was roughly 30 years ago, at least 30 years ago. So this young dude here, he's one of those to me right now, and I'm digging in more. Like I said, I'm expanding and opening my mind and my ears up to other. And so this song, A Lot by 21 Savage, along with some others like the Baby, that guy cracks me up. I do listen. I got to listen to more of that because he cracks me up. But this is a really, really strong message, really strong lyric, really strong message coming out. The song is called A Lot. The artist, the rapper, is 21 Savage.
Turn my headphone down a little bit. Yeah. 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 How much money you got? 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 A lot. How much money you got? A lot. How many problems you got? A lot. How many people that doubted? A lot. Left you out to rot? A lot. How many pray that you flop? A lot. How many lawyers you got? A lot. How many times you got shot? A lot. How many niggas you shot? A lot. How many?
Get in trouble. Anyway, listen to the lyric the entire way through, even if you don't. I mean, it's got that kind of like an old school 60s oldies song, old soul stuff. But, the rap, obviously, it's the lyric. The lyric's deep. That lyric's deep. And so a lot of respect for this. I'm going to be listening to more of what this young guy has to do. Again, opening your ears and listening to new things. So that is number 8. Song is A Lot by 21 Savage. Egg-headed reminder, if not lesson. Ladies and gentlemen, if you already know and you don't do this, apologies in advance, but a lot is 2 distinct words. It's not one word. All right, I'm being a little egg-headed with you. I can't help it. It's a teachable moment. A lot is not one word, A-L-O-T. A lot is a word, lot, L-O-T, word. Think of it this way. Do you have a lot or do you have a little? 2 distinct words. That's good, isn't it? That is really good. Speaking to you, that's the old teacher in me. If you don't know that and you write that way, I'm helping you correct your writing on a cheap date night. Again, do you have a lot or do you have a little? 2 distinct words. I see that all the time. My students used to do it. It was one word for them. No, a lot. It's not one word. It's 2. Sorry, had to. Teachable moment for those teachers out there. All right, moving on. All right, so the song was A Lot, 21 Savage. We're getting into some heavy stuff here. Number 7. I'm sure you heard this throughout the year. She's newer or becoming, more. And she's an artist. I mean, she's an artist in thought, in concept, and in what she's putting out right now. So I'm interested to see where she goes with next album and direction. I'm really, really interested because I was kind of taken aback by some of her songs in a good way. Like, whoa, that's different. Okay, so Billie Eilish up in my, it'd be your left, my right, on the screen. Billie Eilish. The song is Bad Guy.
White shirt, now red, my bloody nose sleeping. You're on your tippy toes creeping around like no one knows. Think you're so criminal. Bruises on both my knees for you.
just a cool tune. It's just a cool tune. All right, Bad Guy, Billie Eilish. I'm really, really looking forward to what she does in 2020 and the direction of where her music goes in a new album. She's different and like uniquely, interestingly different, where you just like, I gotta see what she's doing next. She's a different little critter. I want to see what she does next. All right, Billie Eilish, number 7, Bad Guy. Number 6. Here we go. Okay, so I thought that I don't know if we thought they were done right, but they weren't. I will admit that, you know, what the Jonas Brothers were before, I was like, not on my radar, just another boy group, boy band, whatever. And their stuff was catchy and there were some hooks and, you know, underscoring and underlying it all, they were talented musicians. I mean, they grew up musically as a family. So yes, they can play instruments, they can read music, they know notes, they can construct, you know, songs. So, but I think that kind of got lost in the cutesy thing, and they're a boy group and whatever. And then they broke up to do different things, and you know, Cake by the Ocean. That song was a great song with the Joe Jonas and his group that he had for a little bit, and then. The other Jonas brother did some things last year that were kind of good, and then they got together and like, oh, okay, see what happens. But I got to admit, it's some good music. It's catchy, good pop, good music to listen to. And, you know, even though I'm not a screaming teenager, female, I know good music when I know good music. It's a catchy little tune. This song in particular is the one they broke out with as the new stuff came out. The song is Sucker by the Jonas Brothers.
We go together, better than birds of a feather, you and me. We change the weather, yeah. I'm feeling heat in December when you found me. I've been dancing under the cars and stumbling out of bars. Follow you through the dark, can't get enough. You're the medicine and the pain, the tattoo inside my brain, and maybe you know it's obvious. I'm a sucker for you.
All right, we'll cut there. So I've been dancing on top of cars, stumbling out of bars. That one speaks to me a little bit. Read into it what you will, but yeah, that lyric was about 30-something years ago, but still, dancing on top of cars, stumbling out of bars, and the rest, yes. So when a group and a lyric sings to you directly about things you've done or that you know, you might pay attention a little bit. And I will say it, that's just a catchy hook. That's a catchy tune. It's a good, well-constructed song for the charts, for pop, for the world. And there you go. And they're back. And let's see what else they do. But I'm going to say it. I'll always walk something back if I think it is warranted. I will say openly that I didn't think that, you know, the Jonas Brothers would be around for a lifetime, would be incredible for years to come, whatever. I didn't know that. I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens. But I think they may end up being, in one form or another, meaning individually or as a group, they're not going away. They're going to be here a long time. Oh, and by the way, the Joe Jonas Brothers, I mean, he married the gal from Game of Thrones, so he's probably hooked up anyway, because she's going to be making money as an actress for a lifetime. Sophie Turner, and who also plays Dark Phoenix, Jean Grey, in the X-Men movie Dark Phoenix. Little sidebar there. Okay, so that is number 6. We are into a top 5, ladies and gentlemen. We're wrapping, we're getting there. I'm not doing too bad. KP, was this an hour that I'm looking at?
Yes, sir.
On 1 hour. So one of these days we'll get under an hour, but I always come up a little bit top heavy because I talk. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to communicate through you, ESP and other things. Not ESP. Telepathy, not telekinetics. Telekinetics meaning you have the ability to move things with your mind. Telepathy means you have the ability to communicate with your mind. I'm a telepath, not a telekinetic. Maybe later. Those are SuperMex's abilities. Okay, number 5. And I mean, yeah, this one was kind of easy. Yeah, they are letting me know. I will say this. So we're going to have to do this. We are going to do a show next week as we come out of the new year to wrap up the entire decade, right? This is the top songs of 2019. We will do a show that is about the decade for songs and artists. And happy to say I'll be joined by Gina Lene, a Grammy voting artist from our area that I've already done one show with, and I went way too long because KP wouldn't let me stop talking. So Gina Lene will join us next week. It's probably going to be the Thursday, and we are going to wrap up the decade for songs and artists with Gina Lene. And so this young gal had a hell of a year. The artist is Lizzo. She had a hell of a year. Just turned the music world on its ears, grabbed it and said, hey, I'm here. You're going to listen to me whether you like it or not. And absolutely did that. Absolutely did that. So I'm going to give you the one that's, I don't know if it's the most well-known, but it's like it just jumps in your face. And all the ladies, all the women that I know have told me the same thing. They love the lyrics and they love the way she delivers them, like right in your face. I'm going to smack you, wake the hell up. So the song is Good as Hell by Lizzo.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Ooh, tired of the bullshit. Gone, dust your shoulders off. Keep it moving, yes, Lord. Trying to get some new shit in there. Swimwear, going to the pool shit. Come now, come dry your eyes. You know you a star, you can touch the sky. I know that it's hard, but you have to try. If you need advice, let me simplify.
And I'm probably going to go over on that one too. These songs need to get to the meat faster, right? The intros can't be as long. All right, so that's Lizzo, Good as Hell, number 5. And she definitely jumped into 2019, dropped the stamp, and I am definitely interested to see what she does in 2020 because she's definitely in your face and on the plate right now, with especially, and I'll say it, with women, definitely with women who have told me directly, she speaks to them directly. I'm like, okay, I'm listening to you because I better listen directly that way too, right? A little bit of the above. That's number 5. Number 4. All right, so, damn, KP, that's a great picture. Where'd you get that one? I could take her out tonight. Look at that. That is a great picture. All right, so to your right, as you're viewing, the artist is Halsey. And for those of you guys who've been with me for a while, going back to last year, you know I've had a crush on this little girl for a while. I love everything about her, love her story, love her work, love her discipline, love her skill, love her craft, the fact that she is making herself a better artist and entertainer all the time. I dig on that. I'm going to say it, ladies and gentlemen, I've said it before. It ain't enough to just be good looking. There's a lot of good-looking women out there. There's a lot of cute people out there, good-looking guys, good-looking women. That's not enough. What do you do with it? And what are you doing to better it? Not just your looks, but who you are, your craft, your ability, right? That is far more hot/sexy and sometimes spicy. Oh, watch that, KP. Sometimes sexy and spicy for me. I've got to have it all. It's not enough to just be good-looking physically. By far, no. And she is, albeit. However, I rolled into 2019 with her as my girl from last year, and she continued. She's still continuing to become more of an artist and entertainer. The artist is Halsey, and her song last year, Bad at Love, I still play. One of my favorite songs. I might make that a decade song, by the way. I might make that one of my songs of the decade. Oh, I'm giving too much here. But she rolled into 2019 with the new album and quality tunes, great music, and she's touring the world. Let's just say she's doing her thing and she's doing it right. So this is one of my favorite songs of hers off the newer album that she put out this last year in 2019. Just a good tune. And there's more, by the way. There's plenty. I highly recommend Halsey. A phenomenal artist and not a bad-looking young female, good-looking young woman at all.
To keep you close, I was afraid to leave you on your own. I said I'd catch you if you fall. Wash you off your knees, put you right back on your feet, just so you can take advantage of me. Tell me how's it feel, sitting up there, feeling so high, but too far away to hold me. You know I'm the one who put you up there, name in the sky. Does it ever get lonely, thinking you could live without me?
I can listen to her all night, all day, all year. Song is Without Me. I apologize, I went too far, and this is the explicit version. Explicit, bad word, but song is Without Me. Artist is Halsey. KP, you're going to have to tell me where you got that pick, because that one's cool as hell. Hey, sidebar for you ladies out there. It was on Google? Really? Okay, sidebar for you ladies out there. I am a man's man that way. Love good-looking women, just like any other dude does, right? And able to admit it. But there is something about, I will say it, there's something about a woman, apropos, there's something about a woman that can look good, look pretty, without having to divulge too much, if you get my meaning, that could dress and, listen, oh, she's all covered up. Oh, scary, right? But that can look good and not have to show, you know, all of her business all over the place. I think that's hot. That's hot as hell. Women in professional look, hot as hell. Just a sidebar, but I'm putting it out there for you younger ladies out there. You don't have to show everything. You just have to be everything. Damn, that's deep. That's a SuperMex deep. Sidebar. Okay. Anyway, back to the finish. All right, we are at we just finished number 4. We're at our top 3. We're at our top 3 now. And I got to admit, this one, a lot of you guys will not know or will not have seen coming. But this was about through the halfway year point, maybe at the first quarter to first half of 2019. I heard this song. I think I was flipping through stuff, literally just trying new things through playlists, through current playlists, new playlists, stuff like that. And I heard this song, and I was like, whoa. And I was like, it was immediately, I said back then, that's one of my favorite songs of the year, period. Now, some of you guys that have been with me a while, some of you in SuperMex Nation and some of you on the show, I've played this before. You'll know it when you hear it. The song is Time. The artist is NF. Now, this guy has been around a little bit. I mean, he's not a rookie. He's not brand new. But this song, I think, is going to garner him a lot more attention and is going to maybe catapult him a little bit further. I really love this kid. This kid is legit. I listened to this song. It's an incredible tune to listen to, but a powerful lyric. And you guys know how I'm about that. It's not enough to just have a good sound. It's got to be a good lyric too, and it's got to be a good meshing of those components. So the song is Time, and the artist is NF.
Even if we both break down tonight, and you say you hate me, and we go to bed angry, I know everything will be alright. I'll be here waiting, I promise I'm changing. I just need a little time to show you I'm worth it. I know that I can be a difficult person. I'm a stress case, drive you up the wall when I'm working. Actually, I'm probably worse when I'm not. You don't deserve it, make you nervous.
Listen, that is a great lyric. It is an incredible lyric to listen to and to consider. If you're a young dude doing your thing out in the world, or just anybody, right? Listen to this lyric. It's a phenomenal lyric. I like this kid. I've got my eyes on him. Check it out, young blood. I'm looking right at you right here. Looking at, there you go. I'm looking at that. So I'm looking right at you. I like this kid a lot. I really, really want to see what he does in 2020 and going forward. I think this song in particular is going to get him the attention he needs to improve or upgrade everything that he does in terms of the quality of his music and his performance, everything. I like catching young artists coming and watching them grow. I really like doing that, like seeing that. All right, so again, the song is Time, real simple. The artist is NF, letters, NF. Do me a favor. I'm not getting paid for this, even though I'm supposed to do that, right? If I plug people like, you know, this one right here, look at me. Actually, so you guys are clear, KP is actually in serious negotiations with Arizona Brand Drinks to sign me to a lucrative deal just so that I continue to use Arizona brand drinks going forward for my show. In serious negotiations right now. We'll see what happens. He's going to put some old, serious Eastern spiritual mojo on him. Going to use some juju on him. That's what I'd like to see. Anyway, not getting anything out of it. When I see something or hear something good, I want people to support it. I want people to go after it and take a look at it. Okay, Time, the artist is NF. And yes, that's my number 3 of the year. And whoa, what was that? I think it's that significant. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not, but I believe it is. It's just a great lyric, great tune, under the radar. Not a lot of people caught it, but the SuperMex's low-end ear caught it. I've got some really good hearing. It's superhuman, actually. That's why I'm SuperMex. Okay, that is Time. Artist is NF. We are down to our number 2, our top 2. Here we go. Top 2. Now, it could be, listen, you can go and check Spotify and other forums, and you can catch things like, okay, it reports on streams. How many do we get this year? How many hits did we get on the site? What did Billboard say in terms of purchases, etc.? You can do all that, and I'm not saying not to. I'm saying that I didn't. I said I took a little bit of all this juju and combined and mashed it and put it together, and this is what I came out with. These are the 2, this last 2 that really struck me. So this second one, number 2, jumped out at me from last year, coming out of Spider-Man Into the Multiverse. And the soundtrack to that album, listen, ladies and gentlemen, go get it if you haven't already, because there's a lot of moving parts in terms of the artists and the genres that are mixed, blended. It's not just some rap stuff. It's not just some pop stuff. It's a lot of a lot. I'm recommending highly. Go back and go listen to Into the Multiverse, Into the Spider-Verse again, the movie. That's where I first heard this song. Okay, and this particular song, kind of lasted the entire year. It's still being played. It's still in rotation on my list, I can tell you that much. Still in rotation in my house, and we span the generations. So here you have a collaboration, and incidentally, and interestingly enough, both of the top 2 for my list are collaborations. Heaven forbid we actually work with other people and put something cool together. Can we get our Congress to do that? What the hell did he I just slid that one into you. You get the point. It's really good to get to a point where you're so good at what you do that you're entirely comfortable working with somebody else and letting them do their thing too. There's a novel concept and a little bit of words of wisdom as we finish up this 2019. So here you go. Here's my number 2 song of 2019. All right, cut there because I'm probably going to be over that limit too. So the song Sunflower, and don't tell me you haven't heard it somewhere because you'd be lying to me, or you've been living under an Osama bin Laden cave. That's the only way you've done that. Okay, Sunflower, Post Malone and Sway Lee. Now, and I'll say this, there's plenty of Post Malone because that dude is everywhere right now, quite literally everywhere, in collaborations and in his own particular brand of music and what he puts out. Sway Lee, obviously, you get the image just right to my right here. I don't think they have any more skin to put a tattoo on. There's more tattoo than there is open skin. But either way, great collaboration, great mix. And I will say this, Post Malone right now, he's probably the most desired artist in terms of collaboration with what he's doing. This dude's got his ear to the industry. It's almost like whatever he puts out is going to be a hit just because whatever comes off of his fingers and his mouth is a hit. It's that good right now. However, this one in particular, it is my number 2 of the year. And it did last because it first came out like toward the back end of last year. And I still listen to it. And I have a feeling 10 years down the road, it would still be a hit. And I can tell you right now, 10 years ago, it would also have been a hit. That's how you know it's a hit. Number 2, Sunflower by Post Malone and Sway Lee. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah. Here's what I dig about this little mess. It's not just that it's catchy. It's a whole bunch of other. It's a collaboration of two of pop and music in general. The world over, they're two of the biggest artists, period. Turns out, I didn't even know this because I'm old, right? But turns out they hooked up. I didn't know that. Like I care, right? Like it's no business. But they ended up collaborating on this song in particular, and then songs of their own. And I think the new album of this young lady is almost entirely about the young guy. Like, man, I don't need all that business. I don't really care. What I like is the result and the end work product of what they're putting together. So I did warn you that there might be one or two songs, or excuse me, artists on here that duped up. This is one of them. I do, like I said, Halsey for last year. Yeah, that was me. This year, 2019, a little more Camila Cabello. And yes, ubiquitous. She is everywhere, all the time, nonstop. And I'm going to say it for my crime partner, Elena, when she does get back and we're back on the show. She said, I don't dislike that little girl. She's just too much. She's everywhere. And she's right. I'm not disagreeing entirely. Definitely not disagreeing with her. But here's my rule. If you're that age and you're hitting it hard, it's like seeing a fastball come down the plate, right? What are you going to do? Not swing at it? Yeah, you got to hit it. And you got to hit it hard. So if you're a young artist right now doing your thing and the industry is, I mean, literally delivering a fastball to you, you better hit the hell out of that ball. You better hit the hell out of your opportunity to make who you are known everywhere. And yes, she's doing all that at the same time. So I took this one in particular because it kind of summed up to me her brand or style and where the music is going. And I'm going to throw you an undercurve. Watch this. Yes, this is SuperMex Nation. This is Cheap Date Night. And you cannot listen to this song and some of her others and not feel a little more Hispanic, a little more Latino, a little more whatever. But it definitely has that Latin flavor and that Latin backstory, that beat. It's all there. And I really do believe, absolutely, you can quote me as we wrap up the decade, ladies and gentlemen, a decade. As we move into the 20s, I absolutely believe with full, the full weight of my thought and energy behind it, I absolutely believe that's coming. That is coming. There will be more young artists that take advantage of Latin rhythms and Latin beats infused with traditional pop and rock. There has been some in the past, but it's going to morph into something entirely different. I think it's going to be heavy rock. Heavy with Latin beat and Latin backbeats. I think that's coming. Cry For Me is like that. That was a number 10 song, I believe. But this one is indicative and an exemplar of the pop genre right now and the mixing and meshing of the different types of music. The song is Señorita. I'll say it with the tilde on the end, Señorita, with Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. All right, that's just a good tune, ladies and gentlemen. It may not be number one on somebody else's list or this list or that list, but it's number one on my list because it's that damn good, all right? And I'm giving you an insight into what's coming. I think that right there, the mixing, meshing of multiple genres and multiple artists, collaborations are big. You know, they always have been, but man, I'm telling you, some of the best music you heard was, specifically collaborations of some kind by multiple artists, if not more than 1, 2, 3, and on. So My number one, Señorita by Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello, two of the world's on top of the world artists right now, female and male, and just doing their thing. Like everything they turn out is that good, right? It's just, they're in the zone right now. And it just so happens they have to be a collaboration, not just in music, but it turns out in the romance world, right? So anyway, that's my 20 for you. We've got a lot planned, like I said, going into next week. We will do an end of decade wrap up, music and artists for the decade, for the tens. And I will be doing that with Gina Lene, a Grammy voting artist from Central California, the Fresno area, that I've done a show with before. And I think we're going to have to make sure we do as much as we can so we don't talk too much, even though it's a show about talking, right? But I have none but love and respect for Gina because she is an artist. And I could literally spend a full night with her just picking her brain about her craft and how she goes about her business in creating music. So that's coming next week. And I want, real quick, I've got to give a shout out to, so you guys know the rules. For those of you guys that stayed with us the entire time, thank you. Nothing but big love for you, SuperMex Nation. And what I want to point out is that you have to name, or you have to list all 20 songs with the artist, punch them into SuperMex International on the page itself, or send me a private message, your choice. Whoever does that will get CD of choice off of this list. You pick one of the artists and I'll send you the CD that song comes off of, in addition. And for those of you guys, if some of you from Keeping Central Unified were on tonight, if you see this, do the same. And I'll either send you a CD or a combination of a CD and a free dinner, a meal, at either Weekend Dreams on Ashland Avenue, just west of 99, or El Bajío, that is also just west of 99 on Shields. Music and food, that's not a bad combination, I would like to say. So that is the show for tonight. Make sure you guys get on this. I will also, I'll probably let something go. Once I post this back into the group tonight on SuperMex Nation, if you guys aren't a part of SuperMex Nation, it's a group of my people that I will be doing more for. It's not just this, it's news, it's other things. It's a feed. I'm going to start growing it again. We're at about 250 people of my base, my core people, and we're going to grow it. And I'm going to do things. I'm going to give freebies. I'm going to inform, etc. But if you're so inclined, go to SuperMex Nation and ask to be accepted into the group. I will okay that. You can go to SuperMex International, like the page. And my handle, obviously, on Facebook, Richard Martinez, SuperMex International. You'll be able to find it anywhere. So go to the page, like it, try to get into the group, ask for acceptance into SuperMex Nation, and there'll be more. There'll be more. We'll do more even into next week before this year is totally out. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Got a lot planned to finish up 2019 and literally like barge blast into 2020. Really looking forward to this coming year. This is going to be one of my biggest years ever, because I'm going to drop serious time, energy, effort into everything that I do in ways that I could not have done before. No regrets, just a time constraint. I've got the time now, and I'm going to come hitting like you can't imagine in ways that you're probably going to be flabbergasted with. So you guys know the rules. List the 20 songs, list the artists, post them into SuperMex International on the feed, or send them to me as a direct message. I will respond and contact back with you, and you'll either get a free CD or a free meal in our local neighborhood. Okay? Lastly, so got the clothes, got a little bit dressed tonight, more than just a coat and a shirt. Always Dapper, 559. They're a local mom and pop shop, but we're gonna upgrade because the young lady who's now in charge of the family business is going to grow it and be bigger. I'm doing all my clothes now with Always Dapper 559, formerly Sam's Tuxedos and Men's Suits. Nothing but love for the Sam, old school tailor, but he is transferring and moving everything that he is over to his daughter, Seta. Her name's Seta Pearson, and she is now in charge of the business. And I want to show big love for them as we help them grow, because I'm going to wear their gear. I'm going to wear what they've got. They're literally fitting me out so that I look my best when I come on the show for you. Again, as always, thank you for sharing your Friday night with me. We'll be back up Monday, where we're going to do the top movies of 2019. And I put a lot of work. I've got 2 more movies to watch over the weekend, but I've got my list. I've got 10. I'm going to watch 2 more, and we're going to pare it down to that top 10 list of 2019 top movies of the year. So again, thank you all for staying with me. It was long, but it was plenty. Send me your list so that I can give you some freebies. Freebies are good in my world. Okay, number love for you. You guys go off into your weekend. Enjoy. Do your thing. Be careful of your surroundings in your area. Be careful of your people, your loved ones. But enjoy life. Do it big. And I want to see you back on Monday when we do SuperMex special, end of year 2019 movies of the year. Number love for you. SuperMex is out.